That has me calming my temper a little. I went back and forth on bringing you out to Shadow Hills, she says as she looks away. I couldn't tell you were a monster, Violet, not until you were 13 and there was no denying it. I knew you were certainly not going to be human, but honestly, all I wanted to do was love you and protect you for your whole life. So why come to Shadow Hills if you wanted to keep it all a big secret? Why even put the place on my radar? I ask her. I couldn't help but wonder if they'd notice. I needed help figuring out what to do because you simply couldn't stop searching for answers and it was consuming you, she gripes. How am I possible? Why have you always called me the perfect storm? I ask her, leaning forward. I'm not telling you, she chirps, smiling over at me. My jaw grinds. Why not? Because I don't trust you with this information. You're too young, impatient, headstrong, and stubborn. For now, why don't you tell me how you can stand 4 of the worst monsters alive touching you without recoiling? She growls. Since we're pulling pins out of things. Maybe because my mother left me super desensitized to everything since she wanted me open-minded enough to one day forgive her for the fact she's been a pretty ruthless monster. Also, I'm sure you wanted me to forgive myself fairly easily for the lives I took during my panics. I really enjoyed killing that one time back when I apparently scared you, the night I lost my head. I'm not appalled too easily. Sad but true. My elbows prop up on the counter, and I gauge my mother's reaction to that confession. There's no fear in her eyes. Did I only imagine it in the past because I assumed she feared me? You're not afraid of me, are you? She snorts, and then she doubles over with laughter. Why on earth would I fear you? Because I'm a really powerful and scary monster, I gripe. I've lived with that as a burden, and you're laughing. You have the audacity to call me insensitive? I say, my voice growing louder and louder. She laughs twice as hard. My mother is a huge asshole. She sighs as her laughter tapers off, and she looks over at me, smiling almost sadly. I'm sorry. You're right. You're a powerful, scary monster. Tell me, how silly do you feel knowing what you really are? She muses. I bristle, because now that I think about it, I do feel sort of silly. I've been terrified of a monster everyone else mocks as weak. It's a bit surreal. I really am soft by comparison to all of you, aren't I? I mumble, starting to feel sillier now that I realize they patronize the hell out of me. You'll never have an ounce of respect from the 4 of them, she says softly. They only respect strength. They'll coddle you, placate you, and treat you like a glass doll. I know better than to think that's the way you want to be treated. They're not going to let you be you, Violet. They're going to treat you like a woman who needs soft gloves and gentle care. Are you saying they're out of my league in the monster realm? I'm saying you're in a different league altogether. A good beta who respects and enjoys being a beta will be the perfect male for a girl like you. Someone on equal footing and someone who can appreciate your softer attributes without seeing them as weaknesses, she supplies, speaking like this is great wisdom. I narrow my eyes on her. You spent years begging me to be a dirty slut, and now that I finally am, you're trying to make me single. She narrows her eyes back on mine. Do you know what I would have given to have been raised in an era where you can swipe right to go spread your legs with a pretty boy without having to deal with all their gushing emotions? Back when hard men could only show their soft sides to a woman in the sack? She gripes. You really are a bitch, aren't you? I ask very seriously. No, I'm a monster. I've lived for too many centuries to even keep up with the numbers anymore. I've lived through fire and ice hells. I've watched the world constantly change its mind about right or wrong. I've watched egos bounce back and forth to the point where nuclear war is threatened because of an insulting mouth or two. I'm a jaded, hardened, seasoned monster who knows more about